settings and tab module settings, where the only change that you see is by using an nvarchar max here. Now, if in the future, this is implemented in the core, then, this will no longer be needed. But this is the solution that we chose to go with. And I will try to build a demo on just building a module, a very simple module, and then building settings for it, so you can see how the actual process of building the custom settings is done. Now, most of your modules do something useful. This module that I'm going to build is very simple. It will just display what the setting contains. So, just as a matter of practice, what we've done is we've created a component that stores, we call it the Arrow framework, and stores common functionality that we built on top of .NET Nuke, or for that matter, even for other applications that we have that are not .NET Nuke. And we create a layer of abstraction between the .NET Nuke classes and the classes that we implement. So for example, the portal module base, which is the base class for every single module that you create in .NET Nuke, we created a Arrow portal module base. And it contains a little bit of extra functionality that just simplifies our lives. And the same thing for Arrow module settings base, it contains some extra functionality there as well. So this is where we chose to implement the large settings that you saw there. And it's completely transparent to how you use it in .NET. Now I have a project here as well for building this application or this module. So let's start by creating another layer of abstraction. And what we also do is we create another class that inherits from Arrow module settings base and Arrow portal module base, and it's specific to your applications. You might have some pieces of functionality that go across all the modules in an application that you create, but they're not necessarily company-wide or don't apply to other projects that you create. So the first thing that I'm going to do is create a new class. Create as a class here. And I'm just going to call it OpenForce Orlando portal module base. And one more of these classes. So now I have two classes that really are just providing a layer of abstraction in case I want to add any functionality in here. So I would like to make this one inherits from Arrow module and then the second one inherits from Arrow portal module base. Now I don't have any particular functionality that I'm going to put in here for today's demo. It's just just an architecture that we follow when we create modules, and it proves to be very useful because many times we find, oh, I wish I can do this in all my modules. And it's a convenient place to add functionality. Now let's add the actual module definition. And let's call this one display settings. And And the first thing I need to do, of course, is inherit from the correct class. Which is OpenForce Portal module base. And this is the, the basis for my module. And I'm simply going to add a text box and some text. And I'll put a text box. For some reason, it's not recognizing the ASP.NET controls. Okay, so all I need to do is recompile. SD. And let's make this a multi-line box. So our results are going to go into here. So it's pretty simple. In order to access your settings in .NET New, you're going to say, settings. Box.text. Equals settings, and whatever the settings name that you're going to use. So let's use arrow underscore OpenForce 08 underscore email template. Now this is the API that you will use to read your settings. This is how you read both the tab module settings and the module settings. What .NET Nuke does in the core is it combines the two set of settings into one. And if you have a setting again that appears in both, then the tab module settings wins. And because it's using a hash table to returning an object, so I need to cast it to a string.